Hello, my name is Creostix and welcome back to Dovetail Euro Fishing, where we are once again going to the Foundry Dock as I promised, and this time we'll be going to the spot at the pier. And this time, if you notice the settings at the very beginning, the time will be going a bit faster than last time in game, so we will possibly reach the afternoon even this time in the in-game timer, which I think gives a bit more of a different look at what sort of fish we'll get, I hope, and indeed hopefully give us a let's say a larger fork or a larger chance of getting all the kinds of bigger fish we haven't yet seen, or at least that I'm assuming are in this lake. So indeed, we're going to that pier and or to the edge of that pier over there. And if I remember correctly, I've been on this spot once before in my practice runs, long ago, but still. If I remember correctly, I believe the pier might have a bit of a different decor as when we claim the peg here. Let's see. Come on. There we go. At least there used to be a chair. We have a chair. We finally have a chair we can use. That is luxury. Just look at this. It's a nice morning sunrise, some soothing, lovely water with some small yet importantly interesting and mesmerizing waves, and we can just cast our rods in. So let's go into the sun right there to well, into the direction of the morning sun, let's say, and see if we can put that right there. That's pretty good. Yeah, we don't want to get under the other pier there for no reason. And that's the large sweet corn one. So as I actually mentioned or promised, I probably could use the caster's bait. The thing is, I'm not sure if the big fish will go to it. Like 12 is obviously good enough to get small fish, but maybe I should probably try a 6 or an 8 to see if there's like a decent sized either roaches or breams or whatever that eat a casters thing, maybe even tenches. Let's try an 8 at first. An 8 and a casters. I have no idea if this will actually give fish. It seems it's mostly inhabited by larger fish, but there are roaches, or at least one roach, a boss fish roach. So let's see that there. I don't know. We might need to use either the 12 size or such. Oh wait, before I throw this one, let's change this one to... Let's put the tiger nut again. It has always been my personal lucky charm, even as a floating thing. It's for some reason it seems to work. So let's put that all the way there. Oop, not a bit too far again. Let's a very typical bit of a mistake I make, but let's just see if it doesn't reel into the water, we'll just throw it again. It sometimes, yep, it sometimes sort of glitches the reeling all the way back to the starting point. Probably, I'm guessing the reasoning is that that there's like an obstacle which is preventing it from coming to me, and then that obstacle then causes the line tension, if you will, to be so high that it sort of just bugs out and gives the entire thing back to me, because and it doesn't snap because we're not in a fighting fish moment, you see. So it's kind of oh, and that exactly is the one that we have a fish on. Very good. Oh, and I always forget the line tension at the beginning, but you know, we'll get there. I hope eventually, maybe. Anyhow, where was I? Right. So, a roughly 50 meter away fish, so oh, and we have another one already. I promise you, I still have this memory that the one time I tried this pier on my practice run, it took like, I'm not even sure if I ever got a bite, or did it take like 15 minutes. I might have mentioned it before, so check back on that, because then my memory was considerably more fresh on that moment. But I do remember that this was not the case. We didn't. I did not get, like, you know, immediately 2 bites on the spear. But I wanted to be here because, well, one, we haven't been on the spot yet. It's different from all the others. A tench of 3.01, not too bad for a tench, man. And because, indeed, we have on this pier the chair. I don't know if this is the only spot that has the chair, but I like the chair. It gives a more ergonomic feeling to the proceedings here, let's say. Yes. And let's just come on over here. And let's see what you are. And yep, I remember to change the tension. That's good. To 25 at the beginning of the reeling. Oh, you went under the pier. That's kind of my worry here, that if we go under the pier, if the game will glitch out the fish somehow. I think it's not above doing that in this place, not completely, but well, now we're in a good spot, and it's not trashing too hard. I think we're gonna get it just fine. Just there we are. Oh, and we saw a bit. It looked like blue-grayish, so I'm thinking carp. Oh, a bream of 3.06. That's not a tiny bream. I like it. Oh, and remember the caster's rod? Well, we have a fish on that one as well. Mind you, the hook is smaller on this bait here, so it'll almost certainly not be a 10 kilogram carp this time. It'll be of the smaller variety of whatever it is. It could be a similar sized tench, for example, I'm sure, or maybe a bream too, but don't be too surprised if it's a smaller carp. That can happen. But I just want to test, like, what does that bait do on this lake? There's always just, I feel it's a good idea to have a combination of the stuff that does work, that you've tested, and also just pepper in something new and different to see if you get lucky with some interesting baits. It's who knows? Because getting those rare boss fish things are really, like, there are guides to that online, that's true, but really when it comes down to it, it's so much a matter of chance and a roll of the die that you might actually be even better off to just, try the stuff you want to try and then just go for it. You might get lucky, you really could. Let's see what you are then. Ooh, indeed, a bit of a smaller carp, I think, but with a lovely tail. That's a pretty big one. 8.09 carp. Okay then, very good. I think I'm gonna keep this one for now as the thing I'm using. The spot was pretty good. Or maybe I'll put the... Let's put it there, a bit to the right from where we were last time. It might actually be too hard of a throw, but there might not be an obstacle, though. Let's see. Yep, too far, but it might give it... Ooh. I was hoping it wouldn't be stuck in the wall, but apparently it was indeed a bit too hard of a throw. But that's fine. That's part of life in this. It's cool. There you are. That's good. I want to see if I can put the floating tiger nut thing. It is floating, right? Yes. Into where that flotation device is on the dry land there, in that direction, to see if I can reach the weeds. Now I can't reel it in, can I? I guess not. No, okay. But I just keep do it again. A little bit less power. It might be too less now, but let's see. Yeah, I wanted a bit further because I wanted to be in those weeds we see in the distance there, because at least if I remember correctly, according to the game, in weeds, a floating bait is a better option than the sinking ones. And I just want to see if there's something curious there. Ah, crap. You know what? I'm just gonna throw the #1 thing first and then continue on with our expedition to this one. So just... Oh, that's a bit too much power. It'll go into a random direction, but actually that's not too bad. Let's just keep it there. Oh, I just wanted to throw this one again, but apparently the fish had other ideas. Oh well. That's fine, that's fine. It's good to have some action because... Oh. And the #2 is going, so the caster's bait seems to have some good demand in this place. Obviously the fish, again, might be smaller, but again, I have in the back of my mind, there is that one boss roach fish, which would be pretty cool to get. It's probably not that one, it's just, no, don't get too excited, but, you know, I'm just keeping that option alive, I feel, in my heart of hearts, you see. Aha, yes. So just come now. So if the fishy could please come to me so I can check the other rod as well, although it's perfectly possible, of course, that maybe... Oh, a bit of a... That maybe, like, this is a giant fish for some reason. It's, you know, it has happened before, so... Nice and smooth, nice and easy. Just stay there until you're tired. Come now. Come now, nice and smooth. There you go. There you go. Let's see what you are. Let's see. You are a leather carp of 6.89. Not too shabby and a nice look. Leather carps always look sleek, I feel. Okay. It went 44, 5, and 6 meters away. It might still be going, yeah, okay. So it's probably not like a 4 centimeter, you know, a tiny thing for one, but I want to say that one of the hardest fights I've had on this lake was like a normal sized tench, so you never know, the aggressive ones might be surprisingly small and vice versa, so we'll see, we'll see. On the other lake, the, I forget the name, was it the lake, well, the one that's sort of like almost a river that sort of ends in this like dam in the on the south side, I think, which has a lot of catfish and where the water is mostly a bit of a brownish hue, if you will. There, I feel oftentimes the biggest fish went the furthest away. So I'm not sure if they've sort of changed that into the behaviorists of either this lake or into the behavior of the game as a whole, but anyway, the point is, we still get to catch fish and take a deep breath and relax, so let's see. Ooh, not a bad carp. Again, a bit of an interesting tail though, but a flat one this time on that end. It's a leather carp of 8.55. Not too bad, not too bad. And again, every single fish gives experience and tackle points, and I need tackle points because I like buying all the stuff in the shop, so there's that. And we have #1 as well. Very good. What was I thinking of again? Oh, right. Before I forget, I want to try to do I want to try to throw the floating tiger into the same direction it was, but indeed into the weeds, so it would be in them. I'm not sure if it's just a worse idea altogether to just have it in the weeds. It's possible, I suppose, but I just find it's curious to try different spots. Indeed, there is like a one tiny spot of gravel. I wanna say I might have shown it or not. I've mentioned it, I'm pretty sure. Like there's like 1 or 2 very thin lines of gravel in the middle of the lake, but interestingly enough, maybe did I actually not change the passing of time to be faster? Because it's not. It hasn't been that long yet. I might need to change that for the next video, because indeed, as I promised, I intend to do one more in Foundry Dock after this, and after that, we don't know. Common carp 7.84 kilograms. I'm still entertaining the notion of at some point either doing different fishing games or going back to the other lakes of this game, or maybe even getting another lake on top of the ones we have. It's possible, and tell me if you have ideas on that, like what is the option you want to see? Do you want to see a different fishing game, or other lakes we've already been on, or if possible a new lake? The new lakes are costly, but you know, it's a possibility perhaps, and it's raining a lot this time. Let's put this one all the way next to that boat right there. That's sort of an almost a bus-shaped boat. Well, a bit far went, but there you go. That reminds me of the boats that are going between the zoo and the mainland Helsinki, indeed Helsinki, Finland. A point we have probably the most popular, or at least the most popular zoo in sort of the southern Finland, the capital area, let's say, of Finland, where the capital city is. I mean, not like better, but you know, the area where the capital city of Helsinki is. In that area-ish, the most popular zoo is probably the one that I'm talking about. We call it Korkeasaari, which translates back to well, High Island, H-I-G-H, you know, High Island. And the point indeed is that it's probably the reason why it's made like there is, it's an island, so there's considerably less possibility of any sort of you know, disaster of animals running away or something, you know. So that they don't have, you know, an immediate spot to go to, perhaps, when there's no like dry land everywhere. I don't remember if there's a bridge you can walk to in there. Maybe it's now I'm second guessing myself. There could be, but it still is an island. And usually the way you get there is with a boat like that in the front there, and you just go in and pay a few euros and have a lovely little, you know, small, let's say 5 or 10 or 15-ish minute cruise experience, and then you go to a lovely zoo to see all the tigers and lions and buffaloes or whatever they. I don't know if they have buffaloes there at this point, but anyway, like they have a lot of them, like a lot of different exotic animals, from the small ones to the big ones. Like they have from the small frogs to the indeed like big lions and different kinds of bears and all that good stuff. That's a really nice place. I visited it as a kid easily half a dozen times, and I remember loving it so much. I should actually go again. I probably should. I have good memories. I've always liked animals. Now, obviously, there's like the ethical issue of, well, I mean, if you love animals, wouldn't it be better to then just let the animals be in nature and free? Yeah, true. That's kind of true, I suppose. I don't have a good like counter argument to that. 10.22 kilograms common carp, but I just my let's say, my innocent point here is that, sorry, a bit of a cough there. My innocent point here is that that it's still a pretty priceless memory to be a child full of, you know, wonder of life and all that, and you see all these exotic animals, which, I mean, they don't seem to, at least to a child's eye, obviously, they don't seem to be like distressed or something. They just, and they look amazing, and your mind fills with magic and all that stuff. So, like, yeah, I don't have like a hard stance on whether zoos are good or bad. I just feel the good memories of just being a kid and being just full of all that joy of seeing them, those exotic and powerful and small and colorful animals as well, in that place, in their own areas, and that was pretty cool. It makes me feel all nostalgic. And we also have a mirror cup of 5.67 with the big hook and the tiger nut. So, interesting. Right? Yeah. Oh! No, sorry. This was the caster's thing. Was I trying to put the wrong rod into the weeds, maybe? That's perfectly possible, you know, I'm not sure. Again, I might have made the too long of a throw mistake. Let's just reset it and go again. Maybe all the way there and a hard throw, yeah. Into those weeds. Maybe, well, not in the weeds, but next to the weeds. Oh, it's still in the dry land. That's... Well, now we're in the water. That's good enough. Good. But yeah, so... Yep. I was probably trying to get the wrong rod into the weeds, so this one I want there. I wonder if I always made that mistake, or only the moment ago there. Well, I mean, that's supposed to be the weeds already, but apparently that's not... Damn. Okay. Well, it's probably just in front of the weeds, and therefore it's not. Okay. But yeah, that's again an immediate hit on the casters. Like this bait is, you know, it's selling to the fish here apparently very well. That's wasn't expecting that. For some reason, I felt that the caster's bait would be more like a, you know, for the rare, occasional smaller breams and tenches and maybe the one roach, but still. That's kinda cool. You always learn something new with this one. And yeah, so... But indeed, I feel like I maybe should go to that zoo once again. It's been ages. I was a kid last time I went. And also, I just have to say that with this wind and all this water in our periphery and you know, cone of vision here, let's say, is really just cools down the mind as well, because at the time of recording this, in Finland we have an not quite the worst ever in terms of heat, but still an insane heat wave that just won't go away. It's been like 2 weeks and more of constantly well, we have this like magic number of saying that a weather is like usually already uncomfortably warm if it's over 25 degrees Celsius. From the top of my head, I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but still. 9.09 kilogram leather carp with that smaller hook too. Interesting. But yeah, it's been like over 2 weeks of just too hot. And the hottest, like, official hottest number so far in this, like, time has been, I think it was 33.7 or something degrees Celsius, which is really hot for Finland. Really, really hot. Like, our Julys are sometimes just nasty in that they're moist, they're really, really, really hot, and on top of that, we're in the northern hemisphere, so in the summer the night is very short. Essentially, the day can be like 18 hours long, and you don't actually, the fish ate while I was just, wow, that ate fast. Could you please get some tension on that? There you go. So so yeah, it's been really, really, really hot, and our houses, for the most part, are not really designed, especially the old ones, or the, well, semi-old ones, like even a few decades old, are not really designed to handle weathers that hot. So when it's that hot for a long time, the houses keep getting warmer and warmer inside, and they don't get a good opportunity to cool down because the night is so short. Like, essentially, like during these times, even at absolute midnight, there's still twilight in the horizon. It like there almost isn't a night when it comes to midsummer in this in Finland. Mind you, midsummer was mathematically in late June, but still the heat problem usually happens in July, and in July the day is still so long and the night so short that even if the night is a bit cooler, there's not enough time really to cool off the house during that short of a night. So that's a problem then. And indeed we've had a number of nights where even during the coldest moment of the night it's still above 20 degrees Celsius, and the usual day has been like 28 degrees Celsius. And it has, even like in this spot where I'm in, it has also reached over 30 degrees on multiple days. So that is very, very hot. So this indeed does cool me down a bit to look at these cool water and this soothing breeze of air. And a common carp of 11.26 kilograms. Very good. And let's see here. The tiger nut is still in the water there, so I didn't really get it into the weeds. I might as well try one. Well, actually, let's throw the sweet corn first. Doesn't really matter, but we haven't been in that direction yet, so just go there. There you go. And then I might try to... Ah, damn. Very good. And then I might... It went to the dry land again. I might now try to do the weeds one more time with this. We're kind of running against the clock here in that... I'm gonna have to call it pretty soon, and I don't know if we'll get another fish at this point. It's really a matter of luck. We might not. Huh. That is a really, really like specific weed there, because that's just because again, that'll put it into the dry land maybe, but oh, that was a really far away throw. Yeah, and it's not coming down. Damn. Okay. But keep trying, keep trying. We have a few, well, a minute-ish, but I'm just curious if it's possible to be in the weeds from this distance. And again, it's not moving. That's too hard. That's not gonna work. One more time. I'm worried that's still too hard. Yeah. And not coming down. Okay. It looks like it's not, at least, I'm not getting it into the weeds at least on this occasion. But oh, we have a fish that's gonna bite there though. Yeah, it's there's probably a spot there that's really narrow where it is weeds, but it's so narrow that we just would need a bit more throws to do it. So, but this will be the last fish unless the number 2 rod or 3. Well, the rod we just used, it also gets a fish, but this is very likely the last one of this video. So let's see what it's gonna be. And I realize again, fish, you want to go to the hotel. I'm sure it's a very nice hotel, but my counterpoint is you will get some fresh air and a soothing moment of being cataloged in both my statistics, I think, and in this video as just a proof of your existence. That is more important. You'll be immortalized in a video form. Yes, let's just say that's how it works. Hopefully, yes. And you are very slowly but surely still coming to me. That's good. That's lovely. And let's just see if we can just negotiate our way here. Just come now. Come to Creo Sticks. It'll be just fine. Very good. Let's just hope that it'll get tired just before it reaches us, so we can just get it in without too much trash. Ooh, careful. Oh, there you are. Catch, please. I feel like I pressed the... Also, you already have a net there, but now you have another one. Oh, the rod with the net at the end. There's a word for that, I'm sure, but I'm forgetting it now. Nice 8.98 kilogram common carp. And that is a lovely fish to end on. And I do hope you have enjoyed this. And if you have, please do drop a like or a comment, or even subscribe or share if you want to. It would really help. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time.